Hello, and welcome to the channel, the stream, and episode 22 of our New Frontier survival series. We're doing okay. We're in a little bit of debt at the moment, but that's nothing we can't sort out. I'm going to jump in very quickly, speed up time. Speed up a little bit more than that. We want to get to about lunchtime. There's nothing we can do while there's snow on the fields. There really isn't much that we can do at all. They're totally covered. So we'll get our horses ridden for today. Come here, Chance. Give them a quick check. That's the goats, chickens. Yep, they've got food. They're okay. So let's enjoy the snow for a minute while we can. We are planning to sell some produce this month from... It's okay, that field hasn't got anything on it yet, we'll have a look. We're planning to sell some produce because we got some mushrooms and we got some lettuce. And I've got in my notes that the best time to sell is January, even though that says February. Because as it stands, we're almost at the top end of what it says. So I'm happy for that to go just a few dollars less than top end. If we come down, lettuce, it's the same situation. It's only like 30 bucks, which isn't a problem in my eyes. I'll quite happily let it go for 30 bucks less. And the oyster mushrooms as well, same problem. Literally, look, that's $2. So we're selling all of those items now, because I think if I remember back to should have remembered we were still going on the horse. If I remember back to the last point that we sold everything like that, we made the mistake. We waited until February, and everything was less than ideal prices. It started to drop. So yeah, we'll get all those bits and pieces sold out. See what we've got. That should get us out with the red. Okay, so I've stuck another horse. Okay, alright. Give it a bit more of a run up. Let's get Chance back in there, get onto our tax. Get him run. Or her run, sorry. Because they're all girls, because they can all have the foals. Although they come up. That's one of our glitched ones, don't worry about that. They don't exist. There we go. And we'll just get our tax run around and yeah, get things sold up. yes, I do use the little opening menu to keep it going trick, because I'm on console and it's a lot easier to do it if I haven't got to look around and press circle at the same time. There we go. So let's take a look at them now. Chance 911 and 1550. Okay, we're doing okay with our attacks. Health is at 100%. And you'll notice that health is at 100% even though not everything is being given in the feed department. There are no root crops in there, but are we only at 96%? Did we not complete it? Obviously not. That's my mistake. There we go. We'll turn around and just jump straight back in now. No, it's not. I thought for a second that was ruining the crops. Okay. Do we need to give you some more cleaning? Yeah. There we go. It's alright, don't mean to axe you. Yeah, we're gonna stop here. Bring it down to real time and go and get things sold. And just very quickly, top off the water on the greenhouses. Because they'll always accept it. So. And apologies for the lack of episode. Ooh. Why have we got an issue? We can't fill. Why can we not fill this up? Don't tell me the water's frozen. I mean, it would make sense, but... Okay. Let's, I mean, it would make complete sense that we can't fill when it's frozen, but I didn't realise that was part of. So let's double check our okay, right. So the greenhouses aren't empty, so we can give it a month to see if that fixes itself, but that is strange. Unless, as I said, it's designed. If so, it's the first time I've encountered it, but I wouldn't say it's a problem. It's a nifty feature, one I wish I'd known about, but if it is a feature, then okay. But anyway, let's get the trailer load up, get this sold, get some money and get out of the red. I'm going to turn that off for a moment, this might take a minute. Do they never stop? Wow, I didn't realise I was going to have this many. I didn't pay attention to the numbers, that's why, but... I think we're getting to the end of them now. Wow! It's a nice little payday so far. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. I'm looking at about 16 grand for that. Thereabouts. Just lock that one on the back there for now. Oh yeah, I could have just waited a second till it's on there, don't I? Shift this up. Turn that off again. Right, which one's this? This is Enoki, and that's Oyster. And what have we got most of? 2,000 litres of Enoki left. Okay, yeah, so we've got more Enoki. So let's load these ones onto lettuce. These ones are going to go on there. Oh, just going to go on there. Very picky. I just want to pick this up. Really, I've got to be that. Okay. So we'll get this on the top of that. There we go. Takes a little bit of practice, but it's easily done once you get used to it. These ones loaded on here. Now, something else I noticed with this is there is another set of straps that go front to back. If you can get in the right place for it to pick up, that's what you're trying to do. Or is it only if you... Let's undo these a moment. It might not have been this trailer, it might have been one of the other ones I've been messing around with in a different save. Not that one yet. Right. A couple more. I tell you what, this is going to be a nice healthy payday for us. It's something the farm desperately needs. I'll just lob that on the top. Lob that on the top there. That'll do. There we go. Right. Off to the sell point. With our huge stack of produce on our tiny trailer. But that's fine. I still can't believe the well's frozen up, but realistically, okay. Now let's get off to the sell point and get this sold. Haha, almost tipped it. Okay, alright, slow it down, take the corner properly. Okay, alright. And put a very slow U in, so we don't tip it again. All I can say is, thankfully, it was all strapped down. Right. So, 20 grand. Not bad. That'll do. That will purchase us the couple of bits that we want. We would like some solid fertilizer. We'll take a couple of bags of that. Did we already lime both of them fully? Yes, they have been limed. It's just the fertilization. Okay. We can deal with that. Well, that's what it was. The lime, the fertilizer. That was the other thing that I wanted to pick up while we were down here. This might come in very handy. So we're going to purchase that. think that's all we needed to buy outright. So I'll go pick up those couple of bits from the shop, get back to the farm, and I think we're going to advance. Oh, that's good. I've just looked at my notes very quickly. We, as we're down here, actually, we'll go on down to the shop first and then we'll purchase it. But we ran out of bale wrap the last time we used it. Got through everything it came with. So we need to buy some more bale wrap. And if we're buying bale wrap, we may as well buy some more bale twine. Or just stick it all together somewhere. But that 20 grand we got for selling that produce is down to 16 already. And it really doesn't last that long. Baling. And we've got lots of different wraps and twines. So we're a massy, so we'll use 24 roll. Okay, so we'll use one lot of standard twine, and I don't think it matters what sort of they're round bit. Square bales. I knew it. I know I'd do something. Round bale. Okay. So it's that one that we want. Is it just the coon wrap or the runny wrap? Okay. That's definitely 40 rolls, 40 rolls. We have nature green last time, so we'll go for nature green again. And 40 rolls in it, that will do us. That will do quite a few. So we'll do that. And this one here is the twine that we don't have. We can't pick it up. We can't pick that one up. Can pick that one up. Okay. Not a problem. Let's jump back in the tractor. At least we know we can pick this stuff up. One bag of fertiliser, 2 bags of fertiliser. It's not really a ton. Although, if this works properly, it won't really matter. Because I'll just say we use this. I'm imagining it's just fasten the tension straps. Yeah. Oh, okay. We got the bale wrap. Not what I was intending to grab. Let's We need to be off to the side slightly. Aha. Yes, off to the side. Sorry, spin around a bit there. Okay, that's not a problem. You can get used to that. Yes, apologies for no episode a few days ago. My wife and I took our daughter off to Harry Potter, the Warner Brothers tour, studio tour, London. It was a very enjoyable day. First time we've been, so a little challenging with a little one, but well worth the time and effort. As I say, very enjoyable day. So, yeah, if you ever get the chance to go, I do suggest you go, especially if you're a Potterhead. It was, as I said, very enjoyable day. Right, can we sell this? I thought it was going to work off both sides. I hope that works when it comes to logs. Now, we can sell other bits and pieces like that here, because we don't have any square bale. Okay. So, we just have some square bale netting that we're not going to use. But we'll take it back with us anyway. Best way to do this, drop it on this side over here. There we go. Tie everything down. Back to the farm. We'll speed time back up now as well, because we can quite happily get through till tree. Quite happily get through till tomorrow, being February. Now that we've done our sales. We've got the few bits we need, and we've still got 10 grand in the bank, so we're doing okay. Any questions, suggestions, anything like that anyone may have? Leave comments, type it in the chat, let me know. Always open to suggestions and ideas here. Back at the farm with our frozen well. Right, a little bit of maintenance on a couple of pieces. And then we'll just skip it straight forward to February. Go get this filled up. Just pop that there because we'll need that soon. Drop that there, grab the wrapper, there we go, that has 0 bale wrap left. Grab the baler, well, so we're not going to be able to top this one off then. There we go, top that up. And can we, or? Nah. Okay, understandable. It has technically still got 3 of 3 left in it. Why are we so slow? Oh, that went dragging on the ground, that's why. Oh yeah, and there's snow everywhere. That might have something to do with that. Alright, there we go. Grab this back. Spin this around, try and not to hit it. There we go, okay. Oh, who knew farming was so much hard work? That'll do ya. Oh. Yeah, don't worry about me, I'm just making old man grunty noises, I do apologise. You're okay as you are, this trailer. I'm going to shift this back for now. Just fire it onto him. Let's turn that back down for a moment. Right, let's get rid of this snow and put ourselves in a position to actually do some farming. Sleep till 9. Okay. We're still due snow. And I don't want to invest in snowplow equipment. So we're going to run the horses again. Oh, there's our tax led down. Well, I'm not going to disturb our tax while she's sleeping. We'll get Chance run around very quickly, and see what the state of play is. Let's check the weather. Yep, snow all day. Due rain in March, but we can deal with that. We just need the snow gone. We can do everything else. I need the snow gone to be able to do a bit more landscaping. I can't very well. I can't see where my fields are. There I am, still running along on the horse. Oh, it's chicken coop. Need to watch out. Let's pop the help menu back on for a moment so we can see where we are with riding. Alright, there's Chance done. Let's get our tax ridden. There we go. I have to do this again in about 10 minutes. Now, with it being like this, I'm imagining, or assuming, should I say, that our well will be frozen again. And as we're here, let's just have a look. See, it's on the way down. I knew it. It's on the way down. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I sold when I did. I don't mind missing a few quid just to make sure that I definitely get a decent profit. Everything's growing nicely. We'll should have nice yields again this year. Now it's one of those that we've got those 2 new fields cut and they're about to be fertilised. It's a bit late in the year to stick anything in them other than oats. So in March, as is according to the calendar, we shall get oats in there because I'm not doing cotton. We don't have enough space at the moment. 2 more pallets. We don't have enough space at the moment to do cotton, so that's a no-go from me for right now. Maybe at some point in the future when we've switched from this to a different farm or something like that, then we'll do it. But for right now, no. We'll put oats in the field. Makes sense to me. And there's Chance and Artax. Although we might be selling Chance. Yeah, that's because of my dodgy landscaping. Right, there we go. Let's take a look at the horses. Chance is worth £1,000. So with Chance being worth £1,000, rules is rules. We want to load Chance up into this and sell her. Get ourselves another something. I had wheel slip. I'm very impressed with that. Right, Chance. Oh, there's that open outwards. That isn't really. Ah. Stuck. Brilliant. Oh, we might be able to. We can do things this month. As soon as I can. God, I make things so much harder for myself than it needs to be. Oh, I tell you what, I'm going to give up the horses soon. They are hard work. Just making things work properly is hard work. Okay. This is so much harder than it needs to be. If anyone has... Oh. Yes. Okay. Oh. It's so much more hard work than it needs to be. God. Right. Just going to get a Chance sold and pick up another one. And then we'll come back and with the removal of the ground snow, we'll see if our well's still frozen. If it is, we'll have to wait until next month. That is why I was trying to be as quick as I could, because I knew I'd hit a tree. That's alright. Crash counters on 1. I've only had 1 crash. Horses don't count. So, 1 crash. Alright, bye chance. I've had a chestnut, we've had a palomino, there's a pinto that's stuck. Oh no, we had a seal brown. It wasn't a chestnut, so. We'll get a black one, it'll contrast nicely with them. And it's called Zeus. Ooh. I've got a friend who's got a friend who's got a dog called Zeus. Lovely dog he is, very well behaved. Just like her 2 dogs actually, they're very well behaved. If I ever have a dog, which is something that we've thought about but can't do with where we live, there's just not enough space. And of course we'd like a garden for a little one, but we don't have a garden or anything even remotely considered to be a garden. So yeah, we'd love to have a dog, but we can't make the responsible decision until we get in somewhere that's better suited to our needs. And yeah, we'll quite happily get a dog then. And once we get one, I'd love it to be as well behaved as my friend's 2 dogs. But then it's one of those, she's always had dogs, and there's always been one at the tail end of another. So there's always been some overlap. But they've never been 2 young dogs together, I don't think. So, yeah, one's always picked up and learned from the other, which I think is a very good way of doing it if you're going to have dogs, for them to pick up and understand from the other one, from the original. I say original, whichever one you've already got. So they are very intelligent animals, as long as you treat them properly. But it's like any animal, anything. Give it the respect it deserves, and you should be okay. Alright, let's drop everything out and try and load this back into the pen. Yeah. Just get out. Unload. Okay, brilliant. Alright. We're done with that again for a bit. Let's get this done and close the pen. Have we got to ride this one? We've just done riding on the other one. We have. Oh. Right. Let's get this one ridden. We're already done with you for the day, Artax. I thought I was done with riding for the day. Obviously not, but that's okay. If it's the new one, we'll show it what we've got and show it around its current land. And is this, I know it kind of still looks it, but is this workable, do we think? I'll see if I can throw some fertilizer down on it in a minute. Once we're done with Zeus. Oh yeah, we'll come find out if the well's still frozen. Ooh. Yes, alright, hi goats. Meh. It's all shut down because we haven't got anything in it. One of the small issues I've got is no horse helper model, things like that PC players have got. I get it, we're on console, but it doesn't stop it sucking. Right, where's Zeus? There you are. Got proper dirty, didn't it? Right, there we go. Cleaned off. Left the tractor over here. Right, let's go. Let's see if we can spread fertilizer in this weather. It does feel a little light on the front end, but that's because we got all the weight at the back end. Yes, okay. Nice. Right, well that's one job that we haven't got to do right before sowing. Even though right before sowing, I think it's going to be in a minute. Because as soon as we're done fertilising this, I see no issue with spinning ourselves straight onto March. Can I get that last tiny bit, or am I going to be just off? Oh, yeah. Okay, alright. Stop that. Stop that. Let's deal with all of that, but all of that bit. And then put ourselves back on where we were going. We'll just catch the edge of that as we come up the other field. Yeah, really? Okay. Okay. Here's what it is, and we'll just deal with it. It's fine. Not got any seeds in there at the moment anyway, so not really an issue. More just annoying. Oh, you've got to be that close. Okay. Yep. That's okay. One day I'll get everything right first time, and on that day, Satan shall skate to work. Yes, he will. See? Alright, there we go. Okay. Well, at least we're not going to miss half a strip this time. And we've got plenty of fertiliser. Oh wow, if I keep going like this we won't have much left, but I did not need that much of an overlap. It's about the same all the way. That should do. There we go. Change the work width. Let's make sure I reset it before I finish. Oh, was that still the lime that was on top of it? That might have still been the lime. Okay. let it save. Well, there's a pair of fields fertilised. And that's it for February. There's nothing else we need to do. We can't sow anything. Apparently our grass is ready to harvest. Huh. Good to know. But right now, not quite what we need. So, yeah, let's buzz ourselves on to March. Obviously, we are still 70k in the hole to the bank. Alright, let's have a quick look at the grass now, see if it's changed its texture or... No, kind of the same. No, yeah, we've got to run the horses again. But, I've done that twice, 2.5 times throughout already in this video. Now we'll see, is it possible for us to... I'm sorry, what? No, so I do need to seed it first. That's not a problem. I wonder if this is going to instantly disappear. Because... yes, it's 4 degrees. Currently. But really? Snow? Oh well, it is what it is. So. Try to spin it on really quick, although I don't want to spin on too far because we have got a few things to do. Oh great, and now it's raining. Well, that's not ideal. It is, it's still covering the map with... So how much more has it got? Ah, loads. Okay, well... Can I seed anyway? Yeah, that looks like the right one to me. Oh, no, I don't want AI worker. We're doing it. Okay. Yay! Barely visible white lines. Oh, we were there. It's nuts to think that we are that close to the edge of the map, but it is. It's still going across the rest of the map. And it's got so much more to do. It's got about half the map. And then I imagine it's going to slowly take it off. Well, I'm sorry guys, this is such a fun stream to sit and watch. It's welcome to watching paint dry with Wolfie69. Well, I imagine it's one of those that it won't start removing until it's fully filled. So it seems like the less you do with it, the faster it fills as well. It's welcome to Weather Simulator 25. This is a new game by Giants where you watch snowfall slowly over a countryside area. Forecast Simulator, there you go, it's still FS that way. This is Forecast Simulator 25. Or at least there we can see the edge now. We're getting close, and then we've just got to wait for it to disappear off our fields. Because if we take a look back the other direction, slight lag, slight frame rate slow down. Yeah, it's all still there. Now, when you're totally zoomed out in build mode, I mean that's the farmer's market, that's the sawmill, and yeah, this is our farm. That's our farm, and that's a sawmill. It's not that far. From there down to, where's the, is that it? Is that the, no, that's the, right there. That's the shop and everything. And that little divvy dips, which is odd. Looks like there's small craters or something, but not much left. Come on. Thing is, this won't go any quicker if I speed up time. It'll take the same amount of time for all of this to lay down. We'll just be losing workable time in the day, because that's what this is doing right now, is just eating time. I do think myself lucky that we picked the other side of the map so that it loads in there first, which means it will load out of there first. So a few more lines, about 10 or so. Yeah, about 10 or so now. And then we'll just keep our fingers crossed that it is gonna load, start unloading the snow from the other side when this is complete. Okay, I'd say that's all of that done. And it is. Ah. Okay. So we don't have long to go. In fact, looking at that, I probably want to start on the left-hand side, don't I? So we can start getting ourselves set up. Okay. Oh, and I wanted to do that little bit of landscaping as well, didn't I? Which we can now do. Right, so sculpting, painting, asphalt, concrete, gravel. Gravel. And cursor shape. Brush size. Oh, too big. There we go. I think this is the same one. No, it's a different one. Was it that one? Ah. Yeah, that one. Okay. Ah. I've been playing a little bit of Transport Fever 2, and I didn't change the camera settings on that one, and so now every time I go to do something, the settings are inverted on that one, or they're inverted on this one. I can't tell anymore. Was it up for down, down for? No, we look down and look. Yeah, so they're normal on this one and they're inverted on Transport Fever 2. straight line up between them. And that'll do for now. That was a nice one. Right. We can probably extend that one. Yeah, I'll tidy all this up at some point. Cool. And at some point, isn't right now. Let's get on with seeding. That one first. Okay. And there we go, yeah, we can just see the difference between what was rolled and fertilised and where we're planting. So that's nice. We'll get these oats in the ground. Yeah, just making sure it's going in. Yeah, it's going in the ground, so. God, we spent about £6,000 on gravel. Should have just bought the lime factory. Right, now our aim is by the end of the episode, if we can do it, we want to have this field and that field seeded with oats. Ideally we'd have them both rolled and fertilised again, so they're fully fertilised, all ready to sit there and let it do its thing until it's time to harvest. We'd also, if possible, mow, windrow, bale, wrap, mulch, plough, I don't know about plough. We might have to lime, but we need to deal with a grass field, because that was originally our oat field. Now, if oats are going into these, we don't need that as our oat field, but it would be nice to have the oats just there for the horses, because these two oat fields for this year are all going into the windmill at the top of the hill. The item that needs fixing as well, there's a maintenance bar on the bottom right. The item that needs fixing is that front loader attacher arm, but they work, so I'm not going to fix it, although I could probably have done fixing this. Every time I've gone to use it, I haven't bothered. I should really fix this seeder. In fact, when I finish this field and go on to that one, I'm going to fix this seeder before I do that field. Excuse me. It's not properly flat land, but it's a lot flatter than what we have been working with so far. Everything so far has been up on that hill. And, the little Massey has done well. It's dealt with everything we've thrown at it. But it is nicer to be on. I say something a little flatter. You can see the incline up, but it's nothing compared to what we were working with over there. Now, as much as this Massey has been an absolute godsend for us, it's done everything we've thrown at it. For such a little machine, it really has held its own. But I think at some point we are going to have to look at upgrading. Just something that's got a little more power. We can still use this for running to and from sell points and things like that, but for just the general dog's body farm work, this will be okay. But now, if we're going to move up to bigger implements at some point, we do need a bigger tractor. I think this is what, 3 meters? There's only so long we can go with a 3-meter planter now. Beforehand on the other ones it wasn't too bad, but now we're starting to deal with bigger fields. We will need a bigger planter. A seeder, sorry. Although, thinking about it, a seeder might not be a bad idea. We'd have to get ourselves a new header for the combine. we'd be able to plant sunflowers, get those out of the ground. They make good oil, you can throw those with, but then that means doing potatoes. Unless we do the greenhouse, where you can grow root crops. Options. We have options. So let me know what you think we should do. Where we should go from here. We know we need bigger machinery, but other than that, what are your suggestions? There are also some other productions that I'd like to go on a farm. To make use of those goats we have, we will need a dairy at some point. I have picked up the mod recently for the FS25 dairy that I believe is cheaper, but does all the same productions. I believe it is at a loss though, but it's a cheaper option. So, and money for us is a start from scratch on hard mode, where we don't get a huge amount for anything. Investments have been made and are still taking time to pay themselves off, but as I said, we shall get there. Just like this cedar, slowly but surely we shall get there. As well, the Nexat pack is out. Any thoughts on that? I haven't used any of the items from it. I've just looked at a couple of review videos for it. We do have it. It is installed, but obviously we have no use for the Nexat pack. It's for extremely large fields, and ours are anything but. We'll just hit the button, do a magical save. Now we'll go on in. Yeah, we do have the Nexat pack. Big old things, aren't they? But as I say, we, as it stands, have no use for them. So they shall stay in the shop. And for the prices, we can't afford any of them. They all have price tags to go with them, and those price tags are exclusory, shall we say. Dropped that a little early, but it won't matter. The whole field's getting seeded anyway. If we have excuse me, sorry. We've got a little bit of time as we work our way up there. If we have a look, this is a Massey. There we go. This one has 90 horsepower. No. Huh. I mentioned the corn header. The game's listening to me. Right, let's have a quick look. we got that one. We came down and we got, it was that one there. So yeah, it is 90 horsepower. International. Was a straight 140. It's for 50 grand. Which is cheap. I'm thinking we could probably do going a little bigger than that. I'm not after anything too crazy, I don't want. No. $118. $130. And that's the top end, that's the 200. We need a new tractor. But I don't know what tractor we need. A little bit early again, but that's okay. We got anything? Okay. 190. 175. And they're cheap. 190. Oh, and we can change colours. So we can go. Okay. Oh, that's not an awful one. 230. The Deutz-Fahr. For 89,000. I think we have a winner. I mean, I really can't complain at that. That's a mid-sized machine for top end of small tractor prices. So let's jump in very quickly and have another look at that. Yeah. As you can see, I was having a look at the John Deere's. Hold on. 83 for 200 and, what's that? 83 grand for 225. It's the same as these, though, isn't it? Yeah. 225 horsepower for 83,620. 230 for 18. Yeah, we'll go for that one to do its far. Sorry, just pushed my headset in a tiny bit. Okay, well, that being the case, we are 70k in the hole with the bank, and we want 90k for ourselves for a new tractor. Then on top of that, I would also like a stone picker at some point. Oh yeah, that's a stone windrower, so that's another 56. But then if you do it, you may as well spend the extra 8 and get the one that's double the size. So that's 64. On top of the 70 we owe the bank, and the 90 for the tractor. So what, we're looking at about 200k. And I noticed as well, actually, I'm not sure if anyone else has spotted it, when you go into the prices, if you go all the way down, the prices for wood, it fluctuates. It's not always best to sell it when you've got it. Apparently the best time to sell it is August. But if you notice at the moment the price is quite high. In fact, that's quite a nice price. I would say we might have to chop down some trees and sell some wood, but we've got a lot of other stuff to do in this episode. And we're only about halfway through this field. We've got a little bit to do here, but there are 5 headlands. So excuse me, you'll have to excuse me, occasionally I cough. It's partially a smoker's cough, partially I was extremely ill a fair few years ago now, but it left me with lasting issues. I do my best to just get on with it and carry on, but I have my limitations, and I'm more aware of my limitations than most people are of theirs, which just is what it is. But so yeah, I had quite a rare condition, spent some time in intensive care, had biopsies, and ended up, it wasn't cancer, but I ended up having 6 months worth of chemotherapy, so that took its toll on me. I found things a little bit difficult since, and gaming for me was a way of getting through. Back in the old times of Guitar Hero, I was sat there in my hospital bed in intensive care, playing away on my 360 with my TV and everything set up, battering away Guitar Hero on my control pad. And I swear that's part of what helped get me through. I was given the chemo as kind of a Hail Mary, last chance, last ditch. They didn't know if it was actually going to do anything or not, so I'm appreciative of all the extra time that I've had that I may not have had the NHS not been as good as it is. I mean, a lot of people knock the NHS nowadays, but at the end of the day, they have saved my life. Hands down, without them I wouldn't be here. And fairly recently they saved my daughter's life. So as much as people might complain about the NHS, they do wonderful work. If you can see them and get in to see them and you have a problem, they do wonderful work. They save people's lives, and doctors and nurses really are the sort of the epitome of self-sacrifice and of giving. And I do appreciate them, I really do. As much as things might have been difficult at some point since, I do appreciate the fact that they kept me here. So yeah, I very much enjoy gaming. It's a hobby that has a big part in my life. So yeah, I do a bit of YouTube to try and share my knowledge. I am quite knowledgeable as a gamer. I do like to sort of immerse myself in whatever game it is I'm playing at the time. And I've always had a slight interest in farming ever since I was a nipper running around my nan and granddad's garden. They've got a field behind their house, and I used to see the tractors and the combines coming in and hear them going during the day. It was nice. Where I am now, I sit out on the balcony, and yeah, I see some tractors go up and down every now and again. There's John Deere's and Massey's. I've seen a couple of New Hollands. In fact, years and years ago, I used to work for this company, made pipes and hoses and metal fittings, and yeah, they used to get dropped off to all sorts of different customers. There were some of the metal parts were dropped off Bentleys, I believe, at a place in Rugby. There was a drop. I remember I used to go out on a Thursday and do deliveries from where I am in the south up through the Midlands to Rugby, a couple of drops in Birmingham, and then down through Gloucester on the way home. And yeah, a few times I was asked to go from where we are in Wiltshire up to Basildon, I believe it was, other side of London. And used to go on through Dartford Tunnel and back over the Dartford Bridge. And yeah, got there, and the drop was for a place called C&H. Now normally we'd have a truck turn up from a transport company called Arcasey. Now they'd take the bits, and I'd just load up the back of the lorry with a forklift, and they'd take the bits off, and there were loads of them. But occasionally we'd have like excess on the order that wouldn't be accounted for, or there'd be a few bits that we were waiting for a part, so it wasn't there with the rest of the order, and it had to be shipped up there instantly. Like, the sooner it was there, the better. So it was up to us as the company to deal with that. So I used to take it up occasionally, and yeah, it was an order for C&H. As it turns out, we were making hoses for the engines, the hydraulic hoses, I think, actually, not for the engines, the hydraulic hoses for various bits and pieces for C&H tractors. Now C&H is Case New Holland, because Case and New Holland are effectively the same make. I don't know if that's common knowledge or what, but yeah. The account for the company that I worked for, the account was just C&H, because it's Case New Holland. It was treated as one customer, because the parts, the fittings that we made for the two different, I say two different, there were multiple different parts and fittings and whatever, but the two different companies, it was the same parts. So, yeah. Same factory up in Basildon. Used to have one rolled out in red and then one rolled out in blue. And then the next one rolled out in red and the next one rolled out in blue. So, I spent a little bit of time just sitting there waiting for anyone that's been to like loading, unloading sort of docks anywhere knows that, yeah, well, you pull up and you've got to wait your turn because there were other ones there before you, and just because you turned up it doesn't mean that your parts are important. So yeah, waited my turn, just watched tractors roll out. About one every 5 to 10 minutes, I'd say, I think, rolled out of there. So they make them quick. But yeah, just a little story there from my time years ago doing deliveries for a hydraulic, what was it? They dealt with hydraulic hoses, metal fittings. Some of it was for Valiant boiler, I think it was Valiant. Some of the metal fittings we made were for Valiant boilers. So it was one of those, it was hoses and fittings for all different types of bits and pieces. But yeah, that was a fairly enjoyable job while I had her. It's a job that, in all honesty, I shouldn't have had. Because this is going back to the times. I mean, what, that was a good 22 years ago I was doing that now. God, 22 years. It's just suddenly made me feel really old. Yeah, that was 22 years ago or so that I was doing that. And I shouldn't have been, because at the time I had no official driver's license. This was back in the times. Sort of. I mean, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. That's my era. So rules on certain bits and pieces used to be a little bit laxer, and things have tightened up and become a bit more stringent recently. So I am used to, years back, you just kind of do what you want and it didn't really matter. Nowadays you have to behave and do as you're told, but I suppose that all comes with growing up and maturing as well, in as much as I've grown up, so I know it's probably, I've got my license now, so that doesn't matter. But it's more the fact that back then I used to run around with no license, no tax, no MOT, and I didn't care, because I thought the only person I was going to worry about or injure or anything was myself. And I got very lucky, extremely lucky. I never got in an accident, never did anyone any harm, and I think myself very lucky for that, because I could have easily, I mean, knowing now, and just knowing just a couple of years later when I actually got my license, what I didn't know when I was doing that sort of thing is braking distances, how damaging speeding can be, all of those sorts of things. But I grew up, I learnt my lesson. I've been legal on cars for years and years now, so it's one of those that we all make mistakes when we're younger. It's just having the ability and the knowledge to know that you've made a mistake and change. I think I have. I've grown up and matured. I try and take care of my wife and my little one as best I can. We're all human, we're all fallible, and we can all make mistakes. And it's the ability to forgive if someone makes a mistake. And I think a lot of people nowadays don't take the time to have empathy for anyone else. That's the problem. Just put yourself in their position for 2 minutes. Just think about it and see if you'd be reacting the same way they would. See if maybe you still think that they deserve you an apology or whatever it is. Just take a couple of minutes, put yourself in someone else's shoes, and just give them a chance, give them a break. Especially keyboard warriors and things like that. A lot of people take things nowadays as though people are instantly getting keyboard warrior-y, and sometimes it's not. You can't pick up what people are saying or how they're saying through text. It's just a fact. I mean, I could write something down and it sounds one way, but I meant it a completely different way. So I think a main thing is don't instantly assume someone is being an ass on purpose. I know I'm not an ass on purpose, it just comes naturally. A couple more passes on this field and we'll see if we can get our seeder fixed. As I said before, we are active in chat, so if you want to chat, just leave me a message. I will chat back to you. If you're still here and watching after that little rant, leave us a like, hit the thumbs up, give us a sub, leave a comment, whatever you want to do. It is appreciated. It will give the YouTube algorithm a poke, so. Well, it's taken us about half hour just to get that much of the seal. I'll start that again. It's taken us about half hour just to get that much of the field seeded. Oh, wrong one. It's going to take us forever to do this. I'm not going to get half of what I wanted to get done. We really could do with a better tractor. And this Massey is brilliant. I won't have anything said against it, but yeah. We could do with a little more power. So yeah, we'll grab that. We're looking at about 200 grand on that, and then let's find. That's too big. Ah, here's that Novak. Ah, 3 meter. Yeah. That's why. It's a shame. That would have been nice had it been bigger. There's the Pronto. That's the 3 meter. That's what we've got, I believe. Okay, alright. What's that? Well, ideally it would be that one. I mean, it's double the size of the one we've got. Road control, what's that? Other than £2.5 grand, what's that? That 9 meters. Oh, 415 horsepower. Yeah, no chance. That's 6 meters, same as that. I do like the fact that we can fit. Is that seeds and fertilizer? Yeah, 240. Although that is the side of the tractor we're looking at. Oh no, 230, isn't it? Right, last pass. Sneaky autosave. Back into there and off with that. There's a chance we might need some more seed as well. Not 100%, but we might. Yes, I'm aware it needs rolling. Oh, that's okay, because all of that will take literally a few minutes to get another coat of fertiliser. Yeah, oats in there, and we've got the grass in there, and the grass is ready to harvest. So as we're already aware. Yeah, I think we missed the tiniest bit on the corner there. But I'm not going to worry about that. When we've got that bigger seed drill, then we can worry about tiny bits. But at the same time, we won't have to worry about those tiny bits because we'll run a small overlap. But you just, if I did a small overlap on this, we'd end up doing another 2-3 runs maybe. Just isn't needed. Okay, let's have a very quick look. We can pick seeds up fairly cheap. Okay. I was just about to purchase them and then remembered I've done that a few times before, and that is how we've never been able to afford to fix this so far. So let's do that first, shall we? Oh, I did fix it. Fix it anyway. Yeah, and it's still not charging us, but that's not my fault. Right. It's fixed. I'd say that one's maybe a little bit bigger than that one. And if that's the case, I'm going to need those seeds. So let's go and get those seeds. I'm going to check the water. That is an issue that needs to be checked, because I need to be able to fill the greenhouses. Okay, so it's frozen during the winter months. Good to know. Get out of the trees. God. Yeah. Yep. That's kind of what we get for not topping it up earlier. Seeds. Let's go and get our seeds. Just so we've got a marker and we know we're going in the right direction. Well, that was lucky. Oh, yeah. I genuinely thought that log handler was going to catch on one of those trees there. There we go. And just for my curiosity more than anything else, how much would it charge us to repaint? So 6.8, so just under 7 grand to repaint our tractor. Now it could definitely do with it, but at the same time it's one of those are to me those are battle scars. It's every one of those scratches has been earned. All earned and well deserved from what 54 hours of use. That's a genuine 54 hours as well. It's, yeah, no matter what happens, I don't think we'll ever sell this Massey. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Tree. Crash count, I'll run 2. So yeah, 15 grand for selling this, so it's not an awful lot. So I don't think we'll be doing that at any point. Let's find a route we can get through with our seeds. There we go. Alright. Load these up into the seeder and we'll get that next field sown. And we want to get them both fertilised and rolled. Well, there we go, it took all of that. Right. Onwards with the seeding. Which way is it going to tell us to do this one? Right, onwards with this one. I was just thinking to myself I should have done this side to side instead of these up and downs, but looking at it like that, I think it would have been, yeah, probably about as much that way as it is that way. So I couldn't have won either way unless I did it diagonal, corner to corner. We do have some more trees to take away at some point, but for right now, they're not important. The most important thing is getting these fields seeded. I was about to say almost the last pass before we start the headlands, but it's not because we've been doing every other row, so well, technically we're not even halfway through the field yet. But it's okay, we'll just crack on and get it done. I was looking at it, but obviously we're not. No. Yeah, I was looking at it, but obviously we're not going to get the corn header. And a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't think it will fit our I was going to say Rustle Mash, but because it is marked up as versatile, so I don't think it will fit our harvester for a start. Which one is that? It's the... What's that, 6 metre? Oh, they're all 6 metre. Well, either way, I genuinely don't think it will fit onto our combine, so it's a null point to start with. So we'll just carry on with seeding this. Apparently, according to the weather, we're due some clouds soon, but cloud won't impact us like rain will. So with the time that we've got left, we'll finish getting this field seeded. We'll get both fields fertilised. I think I'll drop the roller at the side ready to get them rolled, but I think we might run over to our other field and get that mown. But we will at least get all of this seeded and fertilised. Now I'd say we're about halfway through. So we got 5 runs around the edge. Technically that's 30 metres off each edge, well, off 2 of the edges. Because if it's 5 runs, this is 3 metres apiece, that's 15 metres times 2 edges, that's 30 metres. Because you don't only run 2 edges, the opposite ones. So yeah, still 30 metres around the outside. Like 15 the whole way. Plus 6 and we're on 1, so times 3 metres, that's number 18. Forgetting the actual length, that's just width. So yeah, we're getting there. It is a slow process with our small machinery, but as I've said before, that's what you get with the start from scratch. There's not much we can do about it. I'm not willing to cheat money in. So we've got good old-fashioned hard work. But I'm not adverse to that. So yes, evidently I overbought on the seeds, but I don't think that's really an issue because we will get through them eventually. If not now, then at some point. And yeah, so we paid out now. We had the money to be able to do it. Just means they're bought and ready to be used for next time. Because seeds are one of those things on a farm, you will always get through them. And the sun's come back out. No sunroof. It's a lovely day. I say that like it's actually hitting me in the face at the moment. It's a lovely simulation of a lovely day. As an individual who lives in the UK, seeing days like what is represented on screen at the moment, they are fewer and further between than, say, Australia or Texas, for example. When we have days like this, we do try and make the most of them. Which is why when you see the sun out for literally 5 minutes, you'll see the beach crowded, sunglasses everywhere, skin showing, sunscreen being applied, everyone goes nuts for 5 minutes of sunshine. But that's all we get for summer, so you can't blame us. We need to make the most of those 5 minutes because that's all we've got for the whole year. So you can understand why some people get that seasonal affective disorder. If living somewhere like the UK, you don't get much sunshine. And years back before I got here, I used to work nights. A few different jobs I did nights for. That messes you up. Because you just don't get any sunlight, any daylight whatsoever. You're off out, you're working nights, you might get a little bit of sunlight before you go to sleep in the morning. Or a little bit of sunlight if you're getting up, say 8, 9 o'clock before you start your shift at 10, 11. It does mess with your mind a little bit. And obviously it's one of those that completely messes up your circadian rhythm. But as you can tell by the fact that I'm in the UK and I'm streaming on YouTube at 4 o'clock in the morning, that my circadian rhythm isn't exactly in the best state it could be in. I am what a lot of people would refer to as a night owl. Always have been. Always have been. I've always thought with the times that I sort of wake up and go to sleep, I'm much more on American time than UK time. I think if I'd been, but it's one of those, if I'd been born in America with my illness and everything, I would have put my family into destitution. But no, if I'd been born in America, my sleeping schedule would pretty much be spot on for yourselves. You lot being 6 hours behind, it would be about 10 o'clock at night now. I believe that's central time is 6 hours behind, and we're currently on I can't remember if our clocks have just gone back or if they're going to go back at the end of this week. I can't remember. All I know is that we still play with clocks twice a year. Knock them forwards, knock them back. This time of year we knock them back. Drop that down. But yeah. So we're not on British summertime at the moment. So it's not GMT +1 or -1. -1. +1. Because, see, that's why I very much like the fact that we have things like Google nowadays. I don't have to rely on just remembering things. Google will tell me. Obviously Android phones, PlayStation, all that sort of stuff, it's all modern tech, so it all updates the times automatically. So you don't even know that you're about to lose an hour or gain an hour, it just does it. And then your alarm goes off an hour earlier or an hour later, you look at the time and it's just like, oh, I feel really tired. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, 4 more headlands. Four more headlands, and then we've managed to seed both our fields. And we would have managed to go a whole episode. Oh, I do apologise, excuse me. That's what I told you, I'm about 4 o'clock in the morning now, while I'm streaming this. But needs must. So I'll stream when I make the time to stream. Which is after the family has gone to bed. Or at least the little one. I do try to get them out a little bit earlier, but the little one doesn't always go down when we want her to. So we just have to deal with things as they are. As I said earlier, we as in the family, myself, my wife and my daughter, we all went up to Harry Potter World, had a look around. A very enjoyable time. A lot of people, the only criticism I've got is that when you very first start the tour, you get to go through a little tiny self-guided section before you and a whole group of others are bundled in to, it's not the largest room ever, it's not tiny, but for the amount of people that they try and get in one viewing, it's not, I wouldn't say it's quite large enough to give people, it wouldn't have been open during COVID, no chance, wouldn't have had enough space to give everyone 2 meters apart, not even in their own little family bubbles and things like that, so it was very cramped. But yeah, and then you go through into a cinema section, which I won't go into too much detail for anyone that hasn't been. I don't want to spoil anything for you, so I won't go into too much detail. But having an 18-month-old child, it would have been nice to know that beforehand, because there was some volume that went on during the little cinema section, and the little brief chat beforehand where they tell you please don't take photos during the cinema, blah blah blah. So yeah, just the volume, the amount of people at the very start and the volume. And I debated whether to mention it, but I will. I'll mention inconsiderate people. It's like, look, understand personal space. Understand that my wife and I are pushing a pram as well. Because little one's 18 months, she's not going to be able to walk for the whole time. She is walking, but she's not going to be able to walk around the whole Warner Brother studio tour. So we needed to take the pram. So just understand that, and don't just stop right in front of us. We have no choice. We can't go any other direction. I can't like slip myself around the side of you because my wife and the pram are there. I mean, I could quite easily slip down the side and be away, that's fine, but then my wife and little one are stuck behind, so I have to say excuse me countless times to countless people while I'm trying to take photos. I'm considerate to other people. I notice that they're trying to take photos and I stop from walking in frame and I'll go around the back of the person taking the photo. I've spotted that. I've done it quite a few times. Spotted someone taking a photo, I'll go around the back. The amount of people that as you're trying to take a photo will just walk into frame. They won't pay any attention to their surroundings. It's just quibbles. That's generally just people nowadays. No one, as I said earlier, no one considers anyone else. No one has any empathy for anyone else. That's part and parcel of all the problems nowadays. I don't think people nowadays watched Care Bears enough when they were growing up. That's the problem. What was the other one that I used to watch as a kid? David and the Gnome. I think that was voiced by the dad of the Cunninghams in, what was it, Happy Days. I think he provided the voice for David the Gnome, but yeah, he was all about helping, being nice to people, and that's all it takes. You don't have to do everything for everyone else, but just be nice. Doesn't take much to slap on a smile. It's one of those. I don't always feel great. I've had a lot happen in my life that should have left me. I won't say that I haven't had battles with depression, because I have, but life hasn't necessarily been easy for me. Most things have been an uphill struggle. But you just battle against it. You keep going, you try. Because the only time you fail is when you stop trying. So, a little bit of advice, if you're still around, you're still watching, a little bit of advice for you. Whatever it is you want to do, you're going for in life, whatever, keep going. Don't stop. Keep trying. It's a little vote of confidence from me to you, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever it is you're going for. It's just a little vote of confidence from me to you. While I crash into a barrel. Keep going. Whatever it is, if you can get your mind to it, get your head down, keep on at the grindstone. Good luck to you. And yeah, you'll get there eventually. Effort and hard work counts. Even if it doesn't count to other people, it should still count to you. Yeah, just a little bit of trying to put a little bit of positivity out there into the world. So yeah, as I say, whatever it is you're going for, keep going. Good luck to you, and I hope you attain your goals and your dreams. Okay, so I try to keep my streams to about 3 hours. Some of them they've gone a little over, and a few of them have gone well over. But I do try to keep them to about 3 hours. As it stands, we've just hit over 3 hours. Just over, it's not a problem. But we've hit over 3 hours. So we'll get the fertilising done, because I wanted to get that done. So we'll get the last of this sown in, and then we'll get the fertilising done. I have a question for you, the viewers. Our grass field over there, literally just above our silage bales now, our grass field, was our oat field. Obviously oats are going into this field and that field now, and these oats are for our grain mill. Do we keep that as a rotating grass silage field so that we have grass and silage and hay if we want any of those? Or do we get this cut off it, turn that into silage, and throw oats in it for the horses, so that we have these two just for the grain mill? That's a choice that I'll leave up to you. I will see if there have been any comments or anything between now and the next episode going out Wednesday night, Thursday morning. No, it isn't. It's Thursday night, Friday morning, I believe. I can't remember. It's going out later this week. So yeah, just just leave either a comment on the video, a chat in the chat now, or whatever. I shall check out all the various different forms of possible communication and see what's what. If I don't have any communication, I'll just have to decide on the fly next episode. But either way, if I've had some input from yourselves, then brilliant, brilliant. And here we go, final pass on this field. Let's get this into the ground. Not much to go now, and then that's these two big fields done. Well, I say done, they're not rolled, they're not fertilised yet. They will be before we finish today, but they're not rolled, but we'll deal with that next time round. And then we'll pull the roller out and stick it on the side so it's ready. Surprised at how long that actually took us just to get two fields planted, fertilised as well, but planted, since we only technically rode the horses a couple of times and sold stuff and then came into this, and we've not got a lot done. There's for the time we've spent this episode, we've not got that much done, or it doesn't feel like it anyway. Way. Someone got overexcited. Yeah, I've got access to this land load, haven't I? Right, and there we go. That field has been seeded. There we go. Got our oats in there. Right, let's drop the seeder off. We'll go and pull the roller out for the next episode. And obviously we want to grab the fertiliser so we can go over all of this. And then we'll line it up, but we're not putting it away yet because I imagine at the end of the next episode, once we're done with the roller and everything else, we'll don't catch the header. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Right. Back a little bit. That'll do, yeah. Right. Because we'll wash that off. That's okay, we'll just trash the equipment as well, it's fine. Right. Now we'll go get fertiliser. Yes, we know it needs rolling. There we go. Just down the other side now. Excuse me. Odd pattern because it was oddly done. Almost. Don't want to trash our wheat. I had to get out and double check what's in it because I'd forgotten. Well, that's nice. 3 passes on there, so that gets that done. Right. And that is us for today. We're not going to spin it on to the next month or anything. Yeah, missed that edgy bit. Not all of it, just a little bit, and there was a tiny bit up here that I missed as well. So she'll catch those. That is that. That is, I believe, tiniest bits there and there. Yeah, I can see that there. And apparently a bit up the far end on this other one. Oh, no, on this one. Again, easily dealt with though. There we go. There's all of it done. Right. And this can go away. Okay. That is us for this episode. So, if you're still here, thank you very much. It's muchly appreciated. If you could hit the like button, that would also be appreciated. Subs and comments are also appreciated. It's all appreciated. You're all wonderful. So we're going to turn off. We're going to bring it back in a bit. Open that out, ready for next time. Turn off the light in the engine. Huh. Love it. Ooh. No, just paint the X on it, because that one needs to go. Anyway, I've been Wolfie69. This has been episode 22 of our New Frontier Forestry Survival. Thank you for joining me. If you liked it, leave a like, want to join us again, subscribe. Don't worry about notifications. Well, just jump on and watch as and when you want to. But from me, Wolfie69, thank you very much for joining me. We shall see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck with whatever you're doing. Happy farming.